Hello, welcome back to another video. This one's been on the cards for quite a while now. Back in 2021 I did a video here in this woods about all the military tents I have, well the 4 I had at the time, and I've been meaning to do like a follow-up, maybe a sequel as you will, about a few more of the tents I've acquired since then, and also the modifications I've done to them. I've brought them all with me. I'm going to get them all up shortly. I might not bother with the Zelt barn because I've done nothing to that, and it's still my least favourite. There will be links to the previous video down below and up here, so feel free to go back and look at that for the proper review of those first 4. I'm not going to be reviewing those again. I will be reviewing the newer ones I've got. But I will be going through the modifications of those originals. So I'm going to get them all set up and then start going through them. So this is the German Zelt barn. It's in a Flectarn camo pattern, and like some of the others, it's 2 ponchos that are buttoned together. It's kind of like a pup tent style tent. So like a lot of these, they're all quite low, so there's a lot of crawling around to get in and out. There's a good amount of space in here. You've got your 2 poles either end, and there is something that rough timber does, which is, if I get this right, is the ridge P. If I was going out camping, I'd probably use that, because that way I can have 2 poles either end like that. Give me a lot more space to move around and get in and out. But I'll just move it around and show you how much room there is actually in here. There's definitely enough room for 1 in here. I wouldn't like to push it to 2. It's again, with the poles, it's a little tight. You'd probably have to go at a slight angle either side, laying down, but it's a very good headroom. I can sit up. Yeah, it looks good. I don't know how well the waterproof of it is. I haven't tried it yet, but it's something I do want to use at some point. This tent and the next one I haven't used out yet. I just haven't been able to get out with them with everything's been going on, but I will do soon. There is something else I'm going to be doing with this as well, which I'll show you in a second, which will make this a lot more versatile and a lot more fun, especially in summertime. So with a couple of poles and some guy lines, it's now a baker tent style tent, and there is now loads of room. So in the summertime, when you know there's not going to be any rain, it's a really good setup. So you can sleep at the back, have your gear around you. It's great. And oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is this is reversible. So you can either have it as the Flectarn pattern or just an olive green there. I've left it on as a Flectarn because that's different from some of the others here. But yeah, really looking forward to getting out in this and trying it in this configuration as well, because it's it'd be a great summertime camp. Nice, nice and breezy, and yeah, really comfortable. One last thing to mention on this tent as well is, like some of the others, they're all buttoned up, like to get in and out, and I've never been a fan of that, because especially with trying to get the tension and do it and get your hands round either side, it can be really tricky. I much prefer zip, so I will probably add a zip to either end, or maybe just one end and have the other one just buttoned up all the time. But I certainly would put a zip in this just for ease of access in and out. Okay, next up is the American pup tent. Got this one off a friend. It's very similar to the Flectarn. It's two sides that's buttoned or poppered together. However, it's not a poncho, so I guess one soldier would carry a side each. So again, like before, the two poles. This one's a lot wider than the Flectarn, so you could get two people in there very comfortably, apart from the poles are a bit of a pain. But again, with the ridge piece, that would certainly, with poles going that way, give you even more space. You probably could put this out Baker tent style again, like the Flectarn, but it's quite a solid bit of kit. I don't know, again, I haven't tested it in regards to water, but the overlapping bits on the top go over by quite a bit, so chance of water getting in that way is slim. Let's bring you up a bit. As you can see behind me, there's quite a bit of space there. Again, like I say, you can get two people in here quite easily. They have the it's going to be quite hard to show you, but on the sides there's dates of when these are issued, and this says 1961 on it. So well, yeah, 60 years old pretty much, and then some. So it's done well. Huge pegs with it. I don't know why, they look more like sand pegs. Maybe that's what it was meant for, like camping on a sandy area or something. So I'd probably change those. And the guy rope is literally a rope with no adjustment facilities on it, which I might play with at some point. But I will take it out. We'll give it a spin. Again, might put a zip on it. It might be sacrilege on something this old, but just for ease of access. This one's poppers rather than buttons, so it might be easier to deal with rather than a button, because I don't like buttons. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Very thick canvas, which is nice. There's hardly any sunlight coming through here, and the sun's beating down on it, and it still feels pretty cool in here, which is nice. So I imagine it would keep the heat in of an evening when you're in here and it's all buttoned up, and in full sun it's not going to get too hot, and especially you can open the back as well, so you can get a through draft, so that would be quite nice in here. We're now on to tents that I've been through before in the previous video. This is the French F1 canvas version. There is a sort of nylon version. Not going to go through it too much. I thought I had modded this one, but I obviously was mistaken. But the one thing it does need, which I don't have in here, although there is some tags to do it. That's right. So I stitched some loops inside either end to put a ridge line across, so I can hang a light or anything else. I just haven't actually put that line in. But I can feel it here, it's inside. There is a loop in there for me to hang stuff, but I've used this many times. I quite often sling a tarp over the top if I know it's going to be really wet, but generally it's quite good. I have had it out in the garden, hosed down let it dry, hose it down, let it dry. Just done that repeatedly, and I think that's really helped because it did have a little leak and then it just stopped. So that seemed to have done the trick with it. So one of my favourites, the Dutch Army. Again, been through it in the last video. However, I have made quite a few modifications to this. One of them is a ridge line at the top so I can hang my torch and other things. But the main one is I found some Dutch Army material and created some flaps to go over the zips, because that is sometimes a point where water can get in. And I've also velcroed them over the zip in these areas here. So, and I've done that both sides as well. It was the first big job I ever really did on a sewing machine. So I've done fairly well, I think. I'll let you be the judge of that. Here we are. And that's all the way along, say both sides. Yeah, I love this tent. I use it pretty much every year I go to the Bushcraft show. Loads of space, loads of room. I have proofed it, so I know it's waterproof. I know it's a bit of a controversial subject when it comes to canvas tents, but sometimes you just got to do it. Not every time it gets soaked is the weave going to shrink, so sometimes proofing is necessary. Did for this one, I did on the next one as well, and again that's even more controversial, but we'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, loads of room for you and your gear, and just a great little tent. This tent is actually another new one. Again, I got it off a friend, and it's a size 3 Lavvu, which is quite rare, so I was very happy to get hold of this. I did have to proof it because I took it out and it rained and it had these weird patches, so it was fairly waterproof in most places, but it had these patches where it was letting water through, and no amount of soaking would do it, so I just had to proof it. I haven't modified this one yet. This one just got the central pole. I have used it with the tripod from Rough Timber and had the tripod, which gives you loads of room, and also one Tigress inner fits in here really well. But yeah, loads of room, and looking forward to do some hot tenting with it when the winter comes. Not much more I can say about this, as in it's just a size 3 Lavvu. I'm going to show you my original size 2 next, but yeah, loving this as well. Again, another one of my favourites, and hoping to do more with it. So skirt will be coming, and that's a job I hope to do myself, which is quite a big job, but again, hopefully have that ready for winter. Might even think about putting a bathtub in the bottom as well. We'll see how we go. This is the final tent. It's the size 2 Lavvu. A good friend of mine, Elliot, he put a zip in it on both sides, which makes it so much easier to get in and out of. I really dislike the buttons. It also has, I'm using the tripod in this at the moment, so there's no middle pole. Let me just open that as well. So loads of floor space in there, and so no middle pole is great. And it's just a lot nicer with a tripod rather than the main pole. Elliot has also very kindly done something else for me, which I'm just going to get set up and show you, and then go through that, because I'm really excited about that, and there are hopefully going to be loads of camps happen with this. So I'm going to get that set up and show you in a second. check this out. This beast is, so it's a size 2 Lavvu on either end, and these are 2 Romanian army ponchos stitched together with zips put on which match the zips to the original Lavvu that Elliot did. Elliot did all the work on this. We did a lot of measuring up in my garden. He went away, he's got a heavy duty machine, and he just went to town on it, and yeah, done a brilliant job. He's reinforced the centre. I'll bring you in a minute to show you as well. He's reinforced the centre, so the zips match up. The flaps still cover the zips, so that should keep the rain off. I might have to do a few little pins or magnets because they do lift up on places, but I'll show you as I go around. But this thing's huge, plenty of room for 2, and a stove. And I have a stove which I made last year. So you can see that's the end of one Lavvu there. There's the tri-P adapter from rough timber. There, all this space here, tri-P adapter again. I know there's a bit of light there. I've still got a little bit of sorting out to do to make sure I get all this right. But here as well, Elliot has put a window in with a mesh, so I'll open that up in a minute so you can see that, and I'll show you around the outside. We'll tie out points as well. There's Carl. This is Carl's permission that I'm in. He's kept me going with coffee and bacon sandwiches this morning, so he's been in the background and he's just admiring the size of it. Go lay down on that for a minute, would you?
You could easily fit 3.
You could get 3. No, I wouldn't want to, but yeah, plenty of room for all your gear on either end as well.
Could you hang on. If you're short, like me,
and me, you could go.
I bet you could fit 4 to 5 in there.
Yeah. No, it's a beast.
But yeah.
It's a beast. I know it's not done particularly well, but this just goes to show you can have it like with a big awning out the front. I just don't have the guys to tie it out, but I've just used poles, as you can see there, to give you a nice sort of big, huge porch area. And yeah, just sort of, if you wanted it open in the night as well, you could. So that's another way of having it. Just show you that. There's that mesh window there, and I don't know if you can see under here, so I'm using an oak pole which I've got, but the reinforced sort of stitching bit behind it there that Elliot has done. Elliot also, he designs and makes bags and things like that, so he goes by Rugged Designz, so look him up on Instagram. I'll put in a link down below. Show you that vent around the back and the good stitching that he's done. And through this sleeve hole in a second, I'm going to put my ammo can stove just so you can see that in all set up. And there it is there. Haven't set it up properly because I'm not going to be using it, but get the general idea. So there's still loads of room. In fact, I think this will be really toasty in here in the winter time. There you go. And this adapter I got off eBay to prevent the flue from touching the tent. I've also got a cover to go over that, but I haven't brought that with me. But yeah, that's it. Very, very happy with it and looking forward to many nights out in winter and summer as well. Well, that's it. These are all my military tents, and so you've got the new ones, the old ones with the mods, and the big one at the end. Yeah, love them, can't get enough of them. I didn't get the Zeltbahn out this time. I haven't done anything to it at all. I probably won't. In fact, I might even get rid of it because I just can't see myself using it. It's my least favourite, and I've never really used it. It just never appealed to me once I finally got one and got it up. But I'm sure people out there love them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Any comments, just down below, please, because the last military tent video I did, it's the biggest video I've ever done. It's just got, I mean, it's got something like 14,000 views or something ridiculous like that. Or maybe even more, I can't remember now, but it just keeps growing. I still get comments on it now, and that was in 2021 when I did it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one. Cheers. Oh, now I've got to take them all down.